Thank you for the opportunity. This time I will present you about new product pricing, where there are two types, namely market scheming pricing and market penetration pricing. First, we talk about scheming pricing or price scheming. Price scheming is a pricing strategy in which a marketer sets a relatively high initial price for a product or service, at first, then lowers the price over time. It is a temporal version of price discrimination or yield management. It allows the firm to recover its sunk cost quickly before competition steps in and lowers the market price. And then price scheming is sometimes referred to as riding down the demand curve. The objective of price scheming strategy is to capture the consumer surplus early in the product life cycle in order to exploit monopolistic. While for penetration pricing is a pricing strategy where the price of product is initially set low to rapidly reach a wide strategy works on the expectation that customer will switch to the new brand because of the lower price. Penetration pricing is the most commonly associated with the marketing objective market share and exploiting economies of scale of experience. Okay, the third is a BI or by-product pricing. By-product pricing is a pricing strategy in which a secondary product has significant value, and the manufacturer achieves an advantage by recovering some of its expenses by selling the byproduct. Sometimes the profit are used to reduce the price of the primary product, and byproduct are typically produced as a result of producing something else. The fourth is captive product pricing. The pricing of products that have both core product and a number of accessory product. Is a pricing strategy that takes advantage of a product that will be used primarily to attract a large volume of customer. Captive product pricing is typically seen more with physically product like printer and ink. However, says company on his strategy by focusing on add-on features. And the last one is price bundling. Also, product bundle pricing is a strategy that retailers use to sell lots of items. You sell a lot of items at higher margins while providing customer a discount at the same time. With bundle pricing, retailers offer several different product as a package deal, then offer the package to customer. It's a lower price than it will cost to purchase this item separately. Okay, thank you. Maybe until here.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Wardah Fatimah. My student number 2019210056. Here I will present price adjustment strategies. price adjustment strategies, companies usually adjust their basic price to account for various customer different engaging station. Discount and allow pricing, segmentation pricing, physical pricing, promotional pricing, geographic pricing, dynamical pricing, and international pricing. Discount and allow pricing. Most companies adjust their basic price to vary with customer for certain response, such as paying bills early, volume purchase, end of season buying. Their price adjustment called discount and allow can take money from. One form of discount is a cash discount, a price reduction to buyer who pay their bills property. A typical example is which means the auto payment is due. Uh, Within 30 days, the buyer can deduct 2%. If the bill is paid within 10 days. A first function discount. A function discount is a price reduction to buyer who buy large volume. A seller member who perform a certain function such as selling, storing, and record keeping. Seasonal discount is a price reduction to buyer who buy merchandise or service out of season. Next, segment pricing. Companies will often adjust their basic price to allow for difference in customer, product, and location. In segmented pricing, the company sells a product or service at two or more price, even though the difference in price is not based on difference in cost. Segment pricing takes several forms. Segment pricing takes several forms. Under customer segment pricing, different customers pay different price for the same product or service. For example, a museum, movie theater, and retail store may charge lower price for students and senior citizens. Cost over 15% discount every Wednesday to customer get 60 better. Workers hold a periodic senior discount day, even offering 20% price reduction to member and to each balance reward members 50, 5 and over. Grab Granny and go shopping. If one progress. Psychological pricing. Price says some things about the product. In using psychological pricing, the sales consider price psychology, not just economic. For example, customers usually perceive product with higher price to the of higher quality. When they can judge the quality of a product by checking it or by referring to past experience, the use list price to judge quality.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the time. My name is Muhammad Iqbal Furqoni. My student ID number is 063. In here, I want to tell about price adjustment strategy. In the price adjustment strategy, there are 7 alternatives, but the first 3 points has been presented by my friends. I will present the last 4 points. There are promotional pricing, international pricing, dynamic and online pricing, and geographical pricing. We start from the first, the promotional pricing. If we talk the promotional pricing will make a company make the product and make the price below the list price and sometimes below the cost to make customer engagement or customer exciting panic buying. The promotional price can make two alternatives. The first is common discount in the store, like in the t-shirt or the shoes, and then the second is in the certain season, like winter season or summer season. For example, the TV or the radio can promotion in the November until December because every people need a holiday and quality time with the family. If the customer can take the moment, the customer get lucky to get the product in the period. The second one is geographical pricing. The geographical pricing is to make the price for the customer in the different location in the country or the world. In the geographical pricing, there are 5 alternatives. The first is FOB origin pricing. It means a company make pricing in the goods they are placed in a free on-board carrier. So the customer just pay the freight from the factory to the destination. The second one is the uniform pricing. According to the title uniform, it means the same price for the product and the freight. All the customer regards the location. And then the third is zone pricing. In the zone pricing, the company divide 2 or more zones, like in Indonesia is West Zone, Middle Zone, and the East Zone to take the higher price of retail. And then the fourth is basing point pricing. The company set up for the headquarter or base point to the customer. If the customer have more distance from the basing point, there are a higher freight cost. And then the last is freight absorption pricing. The company will absorb the pricing all or just a part pricing, but it must need a huge volume sales to reduce the cost. The third is dynamic and online pricing. In the dynamic and online pricing is pricing that adjusts the price continually to meet the characteristic individual and situation. A company must have a purchasing transaction or history to get the dynamic pricing. For example, calls have an electronic price tag that adjusts automatically according to the supply, demand, and the transaction in the store. It's very helpful for calls to increase the business. The last strategy of price adjustment strategy is the international pricing. In the international pricing is usually used for the multinational company, for example Louis Vuitton and Ferrari. In the international pricing, a company usually make the uniform pricing to produce the product. But after the product export into another country, it have a price escalation. For example, a Ferrari produced in Germany is just $10,000, and then after export into Indonesia, the price escalation is about $15,000. If the customer know the price escalation, they will be shocked. I think it's enough. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Sandi Satria Wibowo and my student ID is 067. Today I will present about price changes, developing their price structure and strategies. Companies often face situations in which they must initiate price changes. Next is initiating price changes. The company might find it desirable initiate either price cut, a price increase in purchase, it must anticipate possible buyer and competitor reaction. Uh, First, initiating price cut. A firm consider cutting its price. A company may also cut price in a drive to dominate the market through lower cost. Either the company start with lower cost and then its competitors cutting price in an industry loaded with excess capacity may lead to price wars as competitors try to hold on to market share. For example, computer and electronic make Lenovo use an aggressive low-cost, low price strategy to increase its share of the PC market in developing countries. Similarly, Chinese low price about phone market Xiaomi has now become China's smartphone market leader, and the low-cost producer is making rapid inroad into India and other emerging markets. Next is initiating price increase. A successful price increase can greatly improve profit. For example, when gasoline price rise rapidly, angry customers often accuse the major oil companies and of enriching themselves at the expense of consumers. Customers have long memories, and they will eventually turn away from companies and even world industry that they perceive as charging expensive price. In extreme claim of price gouging way even bring about increased government regulation. When the price is rising, the company must avoid being perceived a price gouger. There are some techniques for avoiding the problem. One is to maintain for a fairness surrounding any price increase wherever is possible. The company should consider ways to meet higher costs or demand without raising price. 3. Buyer reaction to price change. Customers do not always interpret price change in a straightforward. A price increase which would normally lower sales may have some positive meaning for buyers. Similarly, consumers might view a price cut in a several way. 4 is competitors' reaction to price change. A firm considering price change must worry about the reaction of its competitors, as well as those for this customer. Competitors are most likely to react when the number of firms involved in a small, when the product is uniform, and when the buyers are well informed about product and price. Next, responding to price change. If the company decides that effective action can should be taken, it might make for response. First, it could reduce its price to match the competitor price. It might decide that the market is price sensitive and that it would lose too much market share to the lower price competitor. However, cutting price it will reduce the company profit in the short run. Some companies might also reduce their product quality, service, and marketing communication to return profit margin, but this will ultimately hurt long run market share. The company should try to maintain its quality as it cuts price. For example is Starbucks coffee. Starbucks did this when it acquired Settle Best Coffee, a brand positioned with working class, approachable premium and appeal compared to the more professional and full premium appeal. Starbucks brand is Settle Best Coffee is the generally cheaper than the parent's Starbucks brand. Until here, the end my presentation. The next presentation will be heard from my team. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for opportunity. My name is Dwi Lestari. My student ID 2019210135. Here I will explain about public policy and pricing. Price competition is a core element of our free market economy. In setting price, companies usually are not free to charge whatever price they wish. In addition, companies must consider broader society pricing concerns in setting their price. For example, firms must balance their development cost and profit. Public policy and pricing divided two. Number one is pricing within channel levels. Federal legislation on price fixing states the seller must set price without talking to competitor. Price fixing is illegal. The government does not expect any excuses for price fixing. Companies found guilty of price fixing practice can pay heavy penalty. Number two, pricing across channel levels. Deceptive pricing occurs when a seller states price of price saving that mislead consumers or are not actually available to consumers. Treating consumers fairly and making certain that they fully understand price and pricing terms are an important part of building strong and lasting consumer relationship. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.